You get what I'm saying? It's like we all screwed. Because we like, now we don't trust the police because they have reason not to be trusted. And they ain't trusting us because we got reasons not. So it's kind of like, it's kind of a hard fight. Yeah. It's a catch-22.
But see, like you said, the loitering. Does that mean a person got to go to jail because they always did?
No one said anything about nobody going to jail. I'm saying if they're loitering, they're breaking the law. So now you give me probable cause for me to do a stop and frisk on you.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying if you just walking down the street, you pull up and do a stop and frisk. No, I don't feel like that's feasible because then you're gonna start racial profiling. I'm saying if you're out there and you on this corner,
right,
and you're breaking the law. If you look at any liquor stores, there's a sign on there. No loitering within 50 feet.
Right, but how can but say loitering always been bull crap to me? How you tell somebody how to stand?
It's always been.
You should be able to walk and stand where you want. I mean, as long as it's not your personal property.
It's always been. All right, if you're getting calls for common nuisance problems, I respect that because people these days you got to keep some people away from your store because nobody want to patronize.
Nobody want to patronize.
Right.
So but it's like that Shell gas station on Emerson. I will never go there. They will never get $1 of Mook Kelly's money ever.
So I respect that. But what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying too, but at the same time, you have to implement, rules and regulations to this. You pulling them over because he's breaking the law for loitering. Check this out. How many people you know that got locked up for a bullshit loitering charge that's to inconvenience you, me? And they locked me up for
loitering. We're not talking about getting locked up for it though. You always take something to make it something else. No, we're not talking about locking them up for it. We're just saying that being the reason for you to do a stop and frisk.
Right.
I'm just saying I want you to have reason for doing it, not just doing it because you're a black man and you outside.
You say you've been what?
Hear me out.
I understand you saying I've been locked up for it. I'm not talking about locking nobody up. I'm just saying that using that for your reason to have a chance to stop
for loitering. So when
you been locked up for loitering?
Yeah. So here.
Where'd you loitering?
No, I was coming out the barber shop getting my man's son, and they said, I said, y'all got your son, and they said, lock him up till he loitering. Cause I told my man he was getting locked at the time. I told him he was getting. And everybody, they can contest to that.
That sounds like something you was involved in. You should have just. That's not. I ain't gonna lie. That sounds like another incident.
Go ahead. Go make your point.
Anyway, I just came out the barbershop. My man was getting locked up. His son was out there with him, right? His son was on the side where I was at by the barbershop. And I told him I had his son. The dude said, lock him up too. Just that flat out.
So who had his son there?
I don't know, it wasn't me. But listen, I grant it. I understand what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But when we give our opinion of what we think should be done, I want us to give a resolution of how it should be done. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying, like, when you say what you said, but
you're saying them locking them up. I'm not.
I know you're not. I know you're not saying that.
I'm just saying that's a chance. That gives them the chance to see if they can get a gun.
I know what you're saying, right? But see how I got another question I got to answer. Mm-hmm. But when we said stop and frisk, but we had somebody else come back and said stop and frisk reminds us of 0 tolerance. I'm saying give them a solution with what you think.
What you said I like though. What you said about the give them a citation and all of that.
Yeah, that's
I'm with all of that. But I'm saying how do you get to the point?
Find some way to get some money. Yeah, citation.
But I'm saying how do you get to the point of giving them a citation?
I mean,
you just pulling up anybody? That's what I'm saying.
No, hell, you shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The loitering part will give you reason to do it.
Right.
Not just going because they black, they young, and they standing out here. Let's just get all of them.
Right.
Because they black and they young and they outside. No, I'm not saying do it like that. I'm just saying find a way to have reason to do it. Is what I'm saying.
So
because if you don't, it's just like they just said. It's what they said was
remind you 0 tolerance.
Yeah.
Now, so Carla says when you allow those things, they will abuse. That's what I'm saying. So like you see what I'm saying? That's why I said like give it a good reason of why they should do it, but they shouldn't be doing this as well. That's why I always implement I agree to it, but only if you do such and such and such. And it says,
Well, it got
they
to
will
be
hide. They will hide behind it for their own purpose, the stop and frisk thing. And that's why I'm trying to let's make it a little clear to them.
We can't
see-
do that though. We can't do that.
But see, they saying that, but they not listening to what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever made that said they're not listening to what I'm saying. This is the purpose of what I'm saying about having a reason for doing it. Not just giving. They can't hide behind it if they have a reason for doing it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, it's the law being broke. So I mean, you're
exactly.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
saying, all right, you broke the law. So now I have probable cause to do this, to check you and hopefully get another gun off the street.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But if you don't have those reasons, but like, okay, they're not locking people up for loitering, so they don't even jump out on people that's loitering. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're not locking nobody up for it, they're not even getting out on for nobody for loitering. You know what I'm saying? So somewhere
They
we gonna
still ain't doing yeah.
exactly. So somewhere something gonna have to change in it. Something's gonna have to change for them to be able to, because like you said, like you saying though, and that caller saying it's just gonna be open season again. If you know what I'm saying, if we don't find a reason or a way for them to do it without them violating other people's rights.
Right. And I really think that everybody that maybe have a gun on them is not carrying a gun to do violence. I think some people have guns just to protect themselves.
Well, that
You know
must,
what I mean?
that much might be true.
Due to the activity and shit that's going on around in the city and anywhere else, not just the city, but anywhere else. Some people just want to be, it's just like, fuck it, we don't have a open carry situation here, but guess what? I'm going to do what I need to do to protect myself.
And
Because
where your gun gonna be? With you in your car somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Not standing right on the corner for 4 hours.
I dig it.
No, that ain't for no protection.
No, I think it.
That's for him to do what he need to do damage when he feel like.
Oh, well,
you
you can't say that because if you on the corner because sometimes you know what people doing, I still need this
for
thing
you to
protect
do
myself.
damage. Whether
Protect
you
myself.
no matter, you
Yeah.
can't clean it up how you want. It's for you to do damage.
Yeah. Well, ain't
when
nobody
you
tell
need to do
nobody.
whatever you need to
Ain't
do.
nobody tell you to try to come and rob me.
Hey, the point I'm making is it's for you to do damage.
Yeah.
Whether
So tell
you
me-
make it for your good or it's for somebody else's good. The thing is for it to do damage. So if we're gonna have the guns on the street, then there's no need of us having this conversation.
Listen.
For guys like us who we're not into that, and we fearing for our life, and our gun is on person, and we not standing outside, that's a horse of another color. But if I'm standing on the block all day long and I got a gun on me, that gun for a reason.
Yeah.
That shit ain't for me to be protecting myself.
Well, shit.
Well, it really is when you protect
It
yourself,
is,
though.
but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying, but
Yeah, it is.
in the wrong way though. That's in the wrong way.
What you mean? Because you hustling?
Yeah.
You can't say that.
It is, yo. Whether you,
Well, it's hard because I don't
doing
really believe hustling is the wrong way.
Well,
I don't have.
I mean, you can't really
Well,
say that because that's why.
You know, I go
that's
back.
Why, that's why I go back.
People
and say,
making choices out
I
there.
didn't tell nobody to come and try to rob me. If you try to rob me now, you get
I
what
understand
you
that.
get whatever I
I
give you.
understand that. I understand that.
Yeah, so you should have a gun if you're out there hustling at this point. It's wicked out there.
That's just like if
You got you now.
That's like if you hustling and the police come and lock you up and jam you up because you got drugs on you. That's the nature of the game. Like you already know the
Carla,
situation.
They said if you have a gun, you need to have a license. Period.
Oh, we gonna get to this one because boy, I was just talking about
Yeah,
this shit
and
this
it's
morning.
funny. Speaking about the license,
I can't say
I met a
you
young
got
lady
that
today.
question,
So she has a
okay.
gun trainer class. So I'm gonna have her on here like the next week or so. She'll be on here to speak to people on how to go and get their license and how to carry. Actually train you how to carry it, where to carry it at, and all this type of stuff. So you won't be breaking any rules. So I'm glad we brought that up. So I ain't gonna say their name right now, but they'll be on the next week or two. So I definitely gonna bring them on.
Well, I'm gonna say this. We're gonna get back what she said. You should have license, and I was talking about how the system is, and don't think I'm talking crazy, but I'm talking facts. How the system is, and what I mean by the system basically handcuff us for the rest of our life. If you catch a felony, you basically handcuffed and took a lot of your rights for the rest of your life, no matter what you do in life. No matter how many people you hold, you done saved 63 people in an apartment building, all that shit. At the end of the day, you still have a felony. I ain't been locked up in 20 years, you still have a felony.
Yep.
So it stop you and refrain you from getting certain jobs. It stopped and refrained you from getting a goddamn gun to protect your household. And how can you protect your household if you got to call the police, wait on somebody to come and help you? Your door's already kicked in. I think that some rules need to change when it comes to that.
To what, felonies?
Yes. Why can't certain people have guns and keep in their household?
I mean, yeah, it does, because all felonies is not the same. So that's why I think it needs to change.
I don't believe drugs.
If I got looking for a drug charge, I don't mean I can't protect myself.
Right. Drugs
now.
is not a violent crime.
And I'm working at Target, and I can't even, you know what I'm saying?
Drugs is not a violent crime.
It's always weird with drugs. This is what I hate about the system with drugs, right? This is the weirdest thing ever, because I've been through it. They look at you as a violent crime when they don't say it, but they ruin it like that when you're in court. Mm-hmm. Then you get in the system and they say, oh yeah, but I'm gonna give you 20 years, but we're gonna put you in minimum security.
Because it's not violent.
Because it's not violent. Well, you should have give me less time when I was out there.
Correct.
Don't wait till I get ahead and say, it ain't considered a violent crime.
Right, and then on top of that, it's all depending how a police officer write your report.
So you got 20 years.
It's so
and you sitting in minimum security with people that's coming in and out doing 6 months, 8 months, a year, just because you had a drug charge that wasn't violent. You know, they considered violent. So especially when there ain't no connection to no bodies, no gang activity, nothing like that.
Correct.
It's basically just just a drug charge. And that's where they definitely need to fix that.
They need to fix it because of people breaking into people's houses all day. Right now we're talking probably 10 houses being broken into. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And how can you defend yourself? You can't pick no fucking knife to no gunfight.
Break the law and get another gun. Shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You cannot take a knife to a gunfight. You can't take a baseball bat to a gunfight.
At the end of the day, you can do 3 years as opposed to being put in the ground.
Put in the ground for the rest of your life and can't do nothing for your family. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I play it safe. I don't want to go out there and do nothing dumb and stupid because I know they'll hold my feet to the flame. But some things need to be changed. And even if your partner with you, she can't get a gun because of a felony in the household.
That's just like
Did that even change? Did that change?
I own businesses that couldn't get one. That cash businesses, and I couldn't get one.
It's crazy.
I couldn't even get a shotgun. They wouldn't let me even get a shotgun.
At first you used to get a shotgun, they stopped that.
I couldn't even get. I tried to get a shotgun.
Now you got me in there with a bow and arrow. Come up here if you want to. What the fuck? Come on, man.
I'm gonna do it to another. Not another topic. Still the same thing. We got so much.
Well, we got a lot of shit.
So listen, the man. All right, with the young lady that got shot on Calhoun Street, right?
Yeah.
Now this fool telling to say he coming at tomorrow, to all mothers and parents, if it's your son or child that did this crime, you need to turn them in. How do you feel about that?
He ain't saying nothing wrong. He's saying the right thing. I mean, it's political. He had to say that. Like he's telling, no matter, look, ain't nobody gonna turn their mother, their kid in unless their kid is fucking terrible, outrageous, and doing dumb shit. You had no respect.
Unless they're a threat for them. They're a threat to them.
Yeah. But he's not saying nothing wrong. He's saying it. He said the same thing for the older lady over the church. Like even.
But he actually said that. Like
I know, but he said the same thing over there too. Basically, he telling the community. Turn whoever did this.
But it don't look and sound right. It look politically correct to the white people that's up there. That's in the. No. To us, we look at that shit like you crazy. Nobody's gonna do that, yo.
Move. At the end of the day.
And that's doing saying anything right there.
At the end of the day, it's political. He did it politically right.
He threw it to the wall, see if it stick.
He did it. Listen, he did it. Listen, he did it right. He did it right. I'm telling you, he did it right. He did it right. He said it right. Wasn't nothing wrong with what he said. He asked the public to turn whoever did the nature of these crimes, no matter who they are.
No, he didn't say public. He said if your son or child, whatever it was.
Right.
No. I can read it word for word.
No.
Basically, he said if your child did it, you should turn them in. So people, anybody listening to this right now, please let us know if you turn his child in.
Got called too. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. They reach out to the public, the whole public. If it's your child, turn them in. He did it politically right. Like we know damn well ain't nobody gonna turn their child in, right?
Right.
But you have some people who do it. Now guess what? Check this out. Let that money get bigger. Let that pot get bigger. Guess what? That motherfucker turn their child in.
Yeah, how much you said? $8,000 per hour?
It's $8,000 right now. Let that shit get to $100,000. They turn that child in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Caller, y'all. It says when it comes down to it, the government is on the payroll of the notorious drug cartels, so they are being part of it. How it's getting over here.
Say it again. I got no call over
The
here.
government is part of the notorious. God, then he come in like crazy.
The government is part of. Come here we go.
The government is part of the notorious drug cartel. So how? Well, that is true.
I'm not touching on that.
Well, you ain't got to touch on it, but it's facts. How about the CIA? What they was part of the drug cartel. They was part. They was funding Somalia's war, and they was using it off of the community, the inner city community. Come on,
But the only thing about that is kind of an unbeatable thing.
Ain't nobody no goddamn CIA kill that lady on 69-year-old lady. And no CIA kill this girl over here that's coming out of Lillian Jones. And nobody kill this 5-year-old. I don't want to hear none of that conspiracy bullshit. We talking about what's going on in the city.
You can't be disrespectful to the cause because we wasn't just talking about cause, we talking about drugs and stuff like that too. That's what that's they speaking on.
There's no disrespect at all.
Well, that's what they were speaking on, right? We was talking about drugs too, right?
Right.
They were speaking on the drugs. They wasn't talking about
I'm talking about these killers.
All right, quick caller. Did we answer that? Or was it to be answered? Was just
it says it's easy to said and done. Turn them in, and now the FW is in danger. Oh, their fucking ass is in danger.
But
You turn somebody in, now you're in fucking danger.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
why
turn
it says
somebody
easy
in.
to said and done.
I call her. It said you should turn your child in, but I don't think I could. A lot of 99% of people don't think they could. But only reason I'm saying that because the reason I made that a point was because I'm not really knocking them. I am knocking them, but not knocking them. But the reason I'm saying that because you're in such a bad spot right now. We want to hear something a little more. They just did a poll on them, right? They asked the poll, said, "Do you feel safer now that Mayor is in?" Is 99% of people said no.
But why not? Why not? Why you not feeling safer? Because he's in it.
99% said that's a landslide.
But why not?
But why so?
Why not?
You guys, but
Who the next?
that shit ain't. If it was close, we can have a debate. But it's not a debate.
I ride with people too, but I'm not riding with nobody when shit ain't right. That just ain't what I do. I'm sorry.
We gonna go. But
hold on, let me finish.
Like you can like
Go
Brandon Jack Scott all you want. Why not? Ain't nothing safe. Nothing looking good out here.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, my thing is this: like, we want. That's what this. The reason I use that as an example because that's now you see why people feel like that. Like for you to go and say, yeah, you need to turn your child. It's like you saying, like we need something a little stronger than that. Like you saying something that's almost unrealistic. You get what I'm saying? Like man, we gotta be a little more realistic.
Because you don't have no chance of catching these people.
Like you said, we bringing the National Guard in. That sounds more realistic. That they can probably control some of these corners.
Well, the city can't bring no National Guard.
I'm just making an example.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm saying I'm just making an example. Like if he'd have said something that sounds, that's what I'm saying. Sound realistic.
Because he got access to it.
I'm saying sound realistic. He not even sounding realistic. Nobody's doing that.
Caller said they can't remember the past. Baltimore been rough. Listen, this is what I want to say, and we're gonna go back to like you said it earlier out your own mouth. They are overwhelmed, and I want everybody to understand this. Let's not keep blaming this on one or two people. It's like the only people getting the blame is the state's attorney and the mayor. But
I just told you what the mayor said.
you just said what he said about turning.
That's why you're getting blamed. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
No, it's nothing wrong with what he said. It's not. Listen, it's nothing wrong with what he said out there. Listen.
Yo, sound unrealistic.
Listen. Anybody, please.
Oh, we got callers.
Go ahead.
We got calls over here too.
Caller says the community, we got to decide what we gonna stand for. He said, because is there any crime that you would turn your child in on?
No. I'm just not. Because that don't mean you.
Let me ask
They
you.
like you turn them into a
Let me ask that
fantastic
caller.
environment, like you send them to Disney World.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's where I'm going.
Let's ask that caller, was he?
Just shanked up. You know, I'm not.
People out here, was there anything wrong with him asking the parent to turn their child in?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's political. Listen, at the end of the day, half these motherfuckers don't
politically
vote.
correct
It's
is what he
politically correct, yo.
For him to say that.
These motherfuckers don't vote. It don't matter.
It is.
That's what you need
It
to
is.
see.
I see that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm showing you the bigger picture. What I'm saying is, if he'd have said that, if he was winning people over, it would look different.
What would you mean? Like
You're not winning nobody over. Everybody, you're in
the.
the hole right now. So now it's time you throwing shit against the wall and see if it stick. Now I'm just saying anything.
Listen.
I'm just saying anything right now.
You're not saying anything.
Yo, look, parents need your help, yo. You know what I mean? If your son did it, yo, turn him in, yo.
You're not saying anything, yo. You're not saying anything wrong, yo. He's not saying anything wrong.
If I came to you told you turn yourself in, turn your son in, you gonna say I'm saying something wrong. Like, yo, turn your son in, yo. You gonna look at me like, yo, what you mean?
Right, but you're not saying it.
I know what you're saying, but he's saying for
So
political
I can't,
stuff.
right, but so you can't attack him for that.
I'm going to attack him
Because he
because
the
he took
man,
the
he
job.
has to say that.
At the end of the day, it's
Man,
about votes. That's all that matters.
He took the job. He getting all the slam.
But what you want him to say then? No,
I just said it.
No, what you want him to say?
Now, you can't do it, but I said, if he'd have said something like, I'm going to try to get a National Guard and hit the secret handle, people look at it like...
That's not going to get the motherfucker to turn.
No, listen what I said.
Go ahead.
I'm just using an example. What I said, if he'd have said something to make people think that might help them, it'll look different. If you're telling somebody to tell their kids, and that don't look like it's helping. You get what I'm saying? Now, if I'd have said, if he'd have come in and said, well, you know, we bring National Guards in to control these corners with all the crime. People that's sitting in their houses down there right now and they're scared, they're like, well, yeah, they do be out there with them guns, and I do probably feel a little more safe they standing out there. That sounds more realistic than like, yo, turn your kid. The parents we already complain about the parents as they is.
Don't do that.
I tell you.
So you know they ain't turn nobody in.
I call on line 5.